Thank you for joining us. I'm Naiba Reynoso. Straight ahead, a new community center draws a rainbow of support, plus celebrating Latino heritage and a bird's eye look on the stunning Palos Verdes Peninsula. But first, an occupational therapy program run by the Department of Health Services offers specialized care for people recovering from trauma. Richard is one of those patients. After battling homelessness and a serious injury, he's now on an inspiring journey to help others. Here's more.
I was homeless. I was out on the street from 18 to 24. I was out on the streets running around, and then after that I got burned.
But I think this is Richard and I have been working together to help him go back to school. He's told me and shared that he wanted to be a role model for his younger siblings and that he wanted to do that by getting his GED. So since I've been working with him, we've broken down all aspects of being a student again.
So ERC stands for the Enriched Residential Care Program. It's a program we have at Housing for Health where we house people who can't function independently. Maybe they've had cognitive issue, they've had a lot of trauma in their lives, they can't sort of fend for themselves in independent housing. So we place them in an adult residential care facility where they get wraparound services and can live safely there and still pursue meaning in their lives. The occupational therapy program is a program that's relatively new, where we're engaging the help of our community occupational therapists who focus on functional recovery, not so much the medical model of how do we fix the particular condition that you have, but given your condition, how do you live the best life that you can? They're focusing on that to help people, once we get them housed, stay housed.
I help people engage in therapeutic activities to help them participate in their daily routine.
I came to this program because I wanted to change for myself, to do something better with my life. Since I've been here, I've met a lot of different people, I feel more awake, more alive. Maybe my story will help someone want to see like this person started for nothing and he improved himself and came to something.
We help people engage in the activities that are most meaningful to them and to their sense of self-identity, and we help identify the barriers and challenges around being able to do that activity. So we help people problem solve how they can do that activity in a more meaningful and safer way.
Families experiencing homelessness now have a safe place to stay while they get back on their feet. A former motel converted to interim housing has served more than 500 families since opening shortly over 1 year ago.
Well, me and my family have been experiencing homelessness since probably, I believe it was 2017. Basically, we were living in hotels. We did actually sleep in our car on and off from August to January.
This location is a miracle. It is so exciting to see now, more than a year later, what it actually looks like to be a home for so many families.
It's nice because you have your own room, your own bathroom.
We have housing-focused case managers here who help the families connect to supportive services, medical services, linkages to daycare, linkages to mental health services, help them enroll them in school. Everything here is free. 3 meals a day, security, case manager, everything is free for them. This is paid for by Measure H.
Being homeless, like my daughter, she goes to school in Sun Valley. Prior to 2 years ago, my daughter, her grade attendance, it wasn't great. She is a 7th grader, perfect attendance, and she has a GPA of 3.67, honor roll student. Being here has helped me make sure she gets to school on time every day. Her grades are great and she feels safe.
Home Key helps so much because they have their own private room.
There are so many families who just need that helping hand to get back up on their feet, and this is a place where they can do that. And this is how we solve the crisis, by bringing people off the streets, getting them the support that they need, and making sure that, that they then transition into permanent housing. And more than 100 families already have been transitioned into permanent housing from here.
When the mariachis start playing, it's time for the party. A family fiesta in Panorama City was the perfect way to celebrate the start of Latino Heritage Month, honoring the rich contributions of Latinos in our national life. Take a look.
So I am thrilled to be celebrating Latino Heritage Month right here in the heart of the Northeast San Fernando Valley, making sure that we are connecting with the community in one of their most favorite locations. This is a time of celebration, of culture and art and so much. And we have wonderful performers and programming here, but we also are showing how the county supports people each and every day. While we're celebrating this month, and we absolutely should, we have to celebrate and uplift the community every day.
A lot of the services that they get here are like learning how to speak English, learning how to use a computer, learning how to type, things of that nature. Some people might not think that's a big deal, but it is a big deal if you're working in a factory and all of a sudden you start to realize, I'm now bilingual. I can get a job working in an office and up my skills and also make a better income, especially for single mothers and people who are struggling. These simple skills are critical to make sure that people get on in life and they can move up in the world.
It is the grito. It is Mexican Independence Day. Some people say it's only today. Other people say it started on the 13th. Some people say it ends on the 16th. Really depends. Just celebrating, being proud of where you come from, proud of your origins, and just enjoying a little bit extra, right? You should be proud of who you are always, but why not a little extra?
This event is really based around honoring Hispanic Heritage Month, Latin Heritage Month. I know Lindsay Horvath's office and all them. Really just trying to bring community resources together. It's really important that, the community knows, especially the Latin and Hispanic community knows that there's a ton of resources out in San Fernando Valley that are willing to help for various reasons.
A new community center serving the LGBTQ community in Greater Whittier offers a range of health and social programs in a safe and supportive space. Here's more.
I want to welcome all of you to the grand opening of the Greater Whittier LGBTQ Plus Center.
The beauty of this center is on the outside as well as on the inside. Just the fact of driving along Painter Avenue and witnessing what is unmistakably a rainbow building will give them the sense of safety and security.
There's never been anything locally. We've always had to either go to Long Beach or West Hollywood for services. For me, growing up, this would have been wonderful. I felt very isolated in the community. This is going to save lives.
It's a space where people can drop by, use a computer, do homework, build a resume, find employment, but also just hang out and feel safe in being who they authentically are.
We don't know what people are going through, but we do know that we need to provide a place of love and acceptance and care without judgment, without fear.
Gives me hope that we know that there are people, elected officials, who actually support us and care. It's very heartwarming.
Thanks for joining us. We leave you now with scenes from Point Vicente on the Palos Verdes coast. We'll see you next time on LA County Close Up.